All right, I'm back with another stream. This stream, I'm gonna go over more of the basics of BandLab. I'll get into some more of my songs, how I made them, and I'll talk about how I like create lyrics, and we'll also like talk about equipment. We'll just go into all of that. So, I want to start off by just talking about um, your vocals and your quality of vocals. So I'm just showing you real quick. Okay. So the thing is, this we talked about AAA last time. Now it's going to be AAA, but with just way shittier audio quality. So I'll just play it right now. She keeping it clean just in case I get hot. Skull got a button, just push it to stop. High fashion leather, got silk in my socks. Wings gonna hear me surrounded by thoughts. She go on her knees, gonna pray to God. Riders and Toby, they got some love. So I think for the purpose of this stream, I'm gonna stick to mainly only using BandLab. In the first stream, I talked about how I used Veloca as my main audio plugin. I just like the way it sounds on there. But for those of you who only have access to BandLab and can only record strictly on the DAW and can't import things in, the way you record is you simply just will press this button and then it'll just record. But what you can do before you even press record is you can turn on this, you can go to auto pitch, you can turn on headphone monitoring, and because I'm not connected to anything, it's going to send a hit, like a horrible signal. But you would turn that on, and then um, you would just turn it on, turn on your auto pitch, and then whatever preset you have, it'll play it in your ear as you are rapping or singing. And again, this comes down to just you. Music is a talent. It's something that not everyone is able to do, but whatever you're able to make, just make sure it's to the best of your ability. Blah, blah, blah. I already said all this stuff, but as far as using the BandLab DAW, just make sure that when you record and you're done recording, you know how to like splice things, clean stuff up. So, for example, for this, when I recorded it, I let it go, and then I started here. I didn't have anything really to cut out until I got to like my ad libs. So you can see here, this was there before, but then I chopped it out. This stuff was there before, and then I chopped it out at the end. So really, whatever you think is sounds best, you would keep. Whatever doesn't sound good, you would just take away. The splice features and then the ins and out features just make it extremely easy to do that. So moving on to like talking about like plugins and stuff, we see here that it's just standard studio vocals. I wasn't trying to do too much because I wanted to go to my this is like my scratch version, demo version, so to speak. Then the real version, as I showed before, is sounds a lot more coherent. So let me just go to that real quick. So yeah, here you can see like it's the full track. It's a lot more neat looking. Everything is where it needs to be. We talked about gain in the last stream. Everything is gained down. I don't use the auto pitch for this because, like I said before, I like Veloco and I never use auto pitch. So you can hear that the vocals are way more coherent than in the other version. So yeah, let's talk about now making lyrics. So making lyrics really depends on the type of song you're going for and like the beat. So a lot of times, like the way you pick beats, it should be off of feeling. If you should feel like the beat is like kind of like speaking to you. So this beat, let me just play it. So just from that like 5 seconds, this beat you can already tell is like mellow. It's not gonna be hard hitting. It's not gonna be like something that you're gonna get hyped to. It's more of like it says there like a boogie type beat. So just from that, I would make my lyrics more so like I would make it so like it's more melodic. So more melodic for me tends to be talking about like feelings, talking about relationships, and all the stuff I really talk about in my songs it's not really relatable to me. I just know it's relatable to the masses because in the music I listen to, they talk like this, they say stuff like this. I can also talk about like, guns, drugs, like all this stuff. But this for this song, I felt like it was supposed to be personal. And when I recorded my vocals, as I'll show in a moment, I tried to also encompass that feeling of being raw, being emotional, being like in like sort of emotional turmoil. So let me just play my vocals. Would you lie to me? Would you lie to me? Then go cry to me, and then do it all again. Would you lie to me? Then cry to me, cause if you do, you're dead to me.
Question when you don't get no fucks.
Would you lie to me? Would you lie to me? Then go cry to me, and then do it all again. Would you lie to me? Then cry to me, cause if you do, you're dead to me. Yeah. I don't need no one. So yeah, you can hear in the voice that it's like, would you lie to me? Would you? It's not like monotone. It fits the song. So that again, that just comes down to your ability. If you have like, you kind of have to just practice it. And really, I think anyone can do it if they just have the interest. So like for this particular song, I actually had to cut it really short because I spent months trying to get like a verse in and like make the song complete, but I just couldn't get the voice back. So that was like really annoying. You can like there's a version I'll show you like the verse later on, but I had to cut it so that way when the verse would you lie to me? Would you lie to me? Then go cry to me. Yeah, this entire song it was originally like 2 minutes 8 seconds. Now it's like a minute 45 or like 41. So yeah, this part really just comes down to you. If you want the song to be longer, you can just loop it back and keep the beat going. If you want it to be shorter, you just cut it. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what isn't is the presets. And I said before in the other stream that as everything is just pure like creativity. But as far as working your DAW, make sure that your preset like the FX is always on. Sometimes when you record it'll turn off without you realizing it and you're listening, you're like, why do I sound weird? It's because your preset was never on in the first place. And we can go through each plugin and see what it does, but essentially you can do that by just like isolating each. So like let's just go here to the raw vocals here. So custom. So this is how it sounds with the preset. Would you lie to me? Would you lie to me? Then go cry to me, and then do it all again. Would you lie to me? Then cry to me, cause if you do, you're dead to me. So yeah, you can hear like a huge change in volume. Would you lie to me? Would you lie to me? You can hear the reverb. And then do it all again. So would you lie to me? Those two things are very apparent. What isn't apparent is like the space maker, the graphic equalizer, and the de-esser. So and really the compressor does the thing where it makes it kind of louder and smaller. But if you look, let's just look at what the de-esser does. So if I just turn off everything except for the de-esser, you'll be able to hear what exactly it does. So in like mixing, there's things called low, mid, and high frequencies. I'm sure if you're really into it, you would have watched hundreds of videos that talk about these. So a de-esser, depending on the frequency you choose here, it'll sort of minimize those frequencies. Now, this is a very simplified version of the plugin. If you go on like FL Studio, if you go on Pro Tools, there's plugins you can buy that are way more complex that will take out more harsher frequencies. It'll elevate softer frequencies, pretty much allowing you to manipulate whatever you want. But for the purpose of this video, you'll see here that when I hit enter, would you lie to me? Would you lie to me? Make go cry to me, and then do it all again. So would you lie to me? Then cry to me, cause if you do, you're dead to me. Lie to me, then go cry to me, and then do it all again. Would you lie to me, then cry to me, cause if you do, you're dead to me. So yeah, with this, you can't really tell a difference. With headphones, it'll be a lot easier. Now, if we just play with the frequencies and stuff, let me just bring this here. Oh yeah, another thing you can do is you can repeat things by using this feature. So if I just press play, I don't need no enemies. 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 So now let's just see how it sounds when you what?
Go check your chat.
Dude, I don't, dude.
You don't care about your viewers?
Yeah, I don't care. All right, look.
You see him?
Yes, I saw him. Can I get back to explaining this?
No, address him. Address the chat, bro.
What's up, gang? All right.
What's his name?
Dude, can you let me talk?
You've been talking for the past 30 minutes.
I know, because this is what
Another person.
this is all I do. Dude, it's just you under two different accounts. How lonely are you? Okay.
How lonely are you? How lonely are you, dumbass? You have
Dude, I was talking. Can you let me talk?
Sure.
All right, thank you. Okay. So as
Penis.
before I was so rudely interrupted by this dumbass behind me. I was talking about what the de-esser does. So here you can see that at 14.9 from 8 it won't make that much of a difference, but let's just play it and move the
I don't need no enemies. 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 I don't need no enemies.
So yeah, you can clearly hear the difference when you bring it down. It gets quieter, and the thing is, to the ear, it really just sounds either louder or quieter, or if there's reverb, you get echo. So if you mix in all these things, frequencies will clash, signals will clash, things might sound. You may not like some sounds will drown others out, and that's just part of being a mixing engineer, knowing when to use something, when not to. A lot of times, simplicity is like key. So I try really to minimize my like effects. That's why I always use just studio vocals as like my main lead vocal preset. And then if I'm trying to add ad libs or if I'm trying to add echoes, then I'll go into like something where I would use delay or echo, or I would use like bit crushers that would essentially distort my voice. So there's a lot of things. So right now we're still on the de-esser. I'll get into those things later on in the stream. So we just covered the de-esser. Now let's cover how the Space Maker sounds.
I don't need no enemies. 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 I don't need no enemies.
So you can hear a very slight change. The Space Maker just makes your voice, how I would say, like it's in the name. It sounds like there's more space in between everything you're saying. It's just a very slight effect. Like it's like a minimal effect that just brings your vocals out more and makes them pop a little bit more. And then we have the EQ and the compressor, which are very common effects, not only used in music, but in like any type of vocal chain, whether it's like for podcasts or like talking in like press conference setting, stuff like that. So this here, if we just play it.
I don't need no enemies. 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 I don't need no enemies.
Really hear what the compressor does. The compressor, essentially, as in the name, it'll compress the vocals. So like the high frequencies, low frequencies, it'll crunch them together. And essentially what that does is make the vocals sound louder. So again, there's all types of compressors. I used to use Tech Lab 2A. I use DG Comp now, which just comes with it. But if you come here and you want a different compressor, you can go to custom, which is just the presets. But if you want only compressors, you can come here and just type in compressors, or it's right here. And these are all the type of compressors there are. The de-esser itself is a compressor. I should have told you that, and now I just sound stupid. But you can use the FBK compressor I use a lot. The noise gate is a good compressor for like allowing signals above like a certain threshold to pass through, which is said there. And that's like a different one. It's slightly more complicated. Like if you have frequencies that are being pushed down by a different compressor and you want those to push through, you can apply the noise gate and then make it so that it's like that. So really all mixing is just at like a microscopic level, just adjusting frequencies, adjusting the way things sound. So if you do enough of those, overall, you hear a difference in your mix. I am still learning how to do like professional type mixes right now. I'm kind of just sticking to what BandLab gives, and I kind of tweak it a little bit. I'm still learning every day too. So if we go just by like row here, you see like EQ, delay, modulation. I tend to only use modulation when I want to make my voice sound more melodic or more computerized. I use auto wah a bit and auto filter. I don't really use auto pan as much, but as far as distortion goes, I use bit crusher and PL driver quite a bit. The PL driver gives a nice low pass filter effect, which I really like, and the buzz face gives it like that buzzy effect, which I use a lot. I pair it a lot with the PL driver. So there's really lots of things you can do, but again, it just depends on what you're trying to make. So if I exit out of this, so yeah, now I'll talk a little bit about like my failures or songs that just haven't really made it to where I want them to be. So first, I'll start with this song. This song like I made with my friends, and it's like a good highlight to show how what just quite frankly like bad vocal execution would sound like. So we tend to hear artists that are just so good that our expectations are always so high. So when we hear someone on the mic that just isn't a singer or it's their first time, we tend to forget that this is actually extremely difficult to do, and it's really hard to encapsulate a feeling to convey to a listener. So let's just play this.
Hit the floor. We had a couple shots, you want some more? I don't know if you gon' make it past the moving though. Like the show, I wanna see how far now you can go. Fuck the code, I'm tryna steal your rhythm. Hit the floor. We had a couple shots, you want some more? I don't know if we gon' make it past the moving door. Like the show, I wanna see how far down you can go. Fuck the code, I'm tryna steal your heart, don't fight the flow. After party, now we poppin' up, get on the floor. See.
So yeah, this song as a whole is not that great, but I wanted to use this as an example to showcase like different like types of vocal performances. So the first guy that went, you can tell that he's just not good, but that was also because it's his first time doing it. So that's why the guy who's doing it is sitting next to me. But the other two guys that came before him, like me and then my other friend who's on this, we've been making music like quite long and have a bit more experience, so we sound a little more comfortable on the mic. But another thing is like you can hear like this beat is just so loud and blaring, and it's just like it's just really loud. And again, it just comes down to the type of song you want to make. For this, I had to keep the gain quite high so you could actually hear my vocal, so it could cut through the beat. I didn't like the actual volume is still adjusted to prevent like audio clipping and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's pretty self-explanatory. It's either you like the way it sounds or you don't. And if you don't like the way it sounds, you kind of just have to work until you either give up and work on something else, or you find a way to fix it and you're wholeheartedly okay with it. Majority of the times in the fixing process, it just doesn't work out, because even if you do kind of fix it, you kind of have like a little bit of demoitis and you're like, okay, even though this sounds better, I don't like it. And what the mature thing to do would be to just sit on it, like let it sit overnight, come back, listen to it, and you'll realize that it just sounds like absolute garbage. And that's just a lot of the times what happens. I've made so many songs where I think it sounds good in the moment, ends up being ass, so I just never put it out. And then sometimes I do put it out. If you look at my catalog, I only have like, I would say 16 songs out, and I wholeheartedly think that all of those songs are good. But as an artist, you just have to be extremely honest with yourself. If you like something, you like it, and if you don't, you don't. And if you don't, you have to make sure you know why. And yeah, I have like so many projects here. Some of them are complete, some of them aren't. Yeah. What else do I talk about? Anything else or no?
Trying to think.
Because like I didn't talk about lyrics, but that's just hard to talk about. It kind of just comes to you. Yeah, well, now I guess we'll just go over different types of music I made and like talk about why I did certain things.
For real.
Yeah, so let's just go on a song that is more like rap oriented. What?
What is that? Oh yeah, it's your stream, buddy.
No, that's cool. All right.
Yo, read the chat, dog.
Don't say dog. I've never heard you say dog in my life.
Dude, address me, bro.
say it's luck. You wanna get high. Stacking this paper, it teach me lessons. It's crazy how they say it's luck. I love me a Beamer, but need a full seater. Damn, fucking my buy me a truck. Chocolate interior, just like your skin, and I close up the curtains of fun. The way that I'm living, they hate that I'm balling. The envy is helping me up. Hit up your city, then sell up the venue. They love me as long as I'm up. I'm wearing some shit that I can't even say, but I love how it feels in my arms. Yeah. PV is dumb as they don't got a flaw. Paris or Prague, we cover it all. I got this shit covered, just don't make the law. Defending my honor like I passed the bar. I'm sick of the rules, my cup bottom law. Fuck all the haters and want to see me fall. They send up my money, I'm 10 feet tall. I'm done with the bullshit now, don't try to stall. You say that you loyal, but don't wanna show. Don't come to me later when he does you wrong. Incoming revenue, fuck it, the health. You focus on money, can't hustle too hard. Lying on dick just to get some attention. Don't tell me about it, cause I ain't involved. Yeah, I feel the bezel, they feel like a lake. In love with the money and sugar at stake. Can give her the world, but that knowledge you stay. Stacking this paper, it teaches me lessons. It's crazy how they say it's luck. You wanna get high, but you don't wanna work. And motherfucker, you ain't got much. Stacking this paper, it teaches me lessons. It's crazy how they say it's luck.
Yeah,
I love me.
yeah, you get the point. So for this song, what I want to go over is my like use of like ad libs and effects. So a lot of times you hear in like recorded songs, what they do is they just record the ad libs over the song after it's done. I tried to do that, but it's because like I'm importing my track, like my actual vocal takes. It's really hard to get them exact. So what I end up doing is just a little trick where I will copy the vocal I want to echo, and I'll drag it down to where the preset is applied. So here for this one,
Stacking this paper, it teaches me.
yeah, you can hear that all I really did was I just took this, I would increase the gain, drag it down, and that's how it would sound. So it's really it's a tedious process, but it's pretty rewarding in the end when you make a song that you like. And here you can see this is pretty by the book. You cut off all the breaths, so you can see it all looks pretty like well formatted and all that. And the way like I would edit small things, like here you can see like stuff is spliced up. Can you like shut up, please? Thank you.
That was kind of funny though. What did you think?
Are you enjoying this?
You talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So pineapple. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, you're dumb. Okay.
You can keep going.
Retarded. Okay.
Wait, what you call me?
I called you a retard. You want me to spell it out for you?
Yes.
RETARD.
I don't think your audience wants
I don't
to hear.
give a shit.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Bro, who do you think is watching this?
What'd you call me?
You fucking bitch.
What you call me?
Stupid bitch.
What you call me?
Bitch.
Say it louder.
Bitch.
Say it louder, bitch.
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 Dumb. Bro, I was doing so well, dude.
Bitch. Say it with me.
Okay, look.
Bitch.
Okay.
Nick.
Okay, no, so let's talk. Okay, look.
Paris or Prague, we cover it all. I got this shit covered, just don't.
So for this specific take, I initially had it like this. So if you go here and you just drag this across, so this is how it sounded before.
Paris or Prague, we make the law. Defending my honor like I passed the bar. I'm sick of the rules, my cup bottom law. Fuck all the haters and want to see me fall. It's not a flaw. Buy out that shit, then I hit up them. Yeah, PV is dumb as they don't got a flaw. Buy out that shit, then I hit up them all. They don't, that shit come me, they don't want to raw. Buy out that money like I passed the bar. I'm sick of the rules, my cup bottom
Let's see how easy this is to like screw up. Let me just show you my original take real quick. Just drag this out. Yeah.
Buy out that shit, then I hit up them all. They don't wanna see me, they don't wanna raw. Buy out that bitch and I get it all raw. Hit her up, then I'm fucking a raw. Send out my money, I'm 10 feet.
So you can see that like I kind of just mumble stuff and then I fill them in with words after. And the way I do my lyrics is pretty much I will record like just me mumbling, kind of catch a flow. And if I like the way it sounds, if I'm feeling like in my element, then I'll be like, all right, let me write to this. And then once I write to it, If it sounds good, then I keep going. So everything's really just a step-by-step process. If any part in the process I feel like it's not working, I kind of just scrap the entire thing. So you can see here that like I try to make it so that my music is quality, because it is very easy to just hop on here, mumble some shit, and call it a song. But I try to make it so that each song that I make, it has a reason to be made. If it doesn't, then I just scrap it. So let's go to some like songs that I just like scrapped. So yeah, Bankroll was a song that I thought was good, but then I just scrapped it. So let's listen.
Running on the bankroll, candy bitches feel like sugar, and they come with $2. Yeah, what she did, she tiptoe. I love the way you move your body. Can I get a private stroll? Yeah, on the hop of the car, it's a colony. Yeah, but till it got my diamonds little. Yeah, it's just on my wrist. Then it comes to brick. Yeah, I don't wanna play these games. I don't wanna fail. Yeah.
So the reason for scrapping this is, if you can hear my voice, I just sound emotionless. Like the flow is there, but I just don't like the way my voice sounds. And then like another hyper pop type song I had was this one. This one I think is a little better, but still ultimately it's ass.
You know that I see with more than eyes. Oh my, I'm moving too fast and it's hard to keep up. You're the reason why I'm stuck in my ways. Ignoring these feelings to call back out. And isn't your fault that I made mistakes? These people, they watching the way that I work. The money I make isn't worth what I pay. My sickle too tight, so they really ain't drama. Yeah, I know that you always.
So yeah, these are just a couple of my projects.
For real.
Yeah, yeah, I don't really have so much to say. Well, all right. What do I know? Should I like to send it? What do I do?
You can say like hi to your audience, maybe.
Dude, I do not have an audience.
Huh?
I do not have
Yeah,
an
you
audience.
do. You have like 2 people watching, bro.
Okay, it's you and you on another account.
Why don't you adjust the names?
Under the Helmet Podcast. That is such a shitty name. And then we got Catcast. Jesus.
All right. Do you appreciate your viewers watching?
No.
No. You don't give a fuck if people watching?
I do, but like it's only my second stream. So
Yeah, facts. I think you did a good job. I think
Thanks,
right now,
man.
I think it's time to wrap it up. You know.
yeah, I think I've just talked a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so now I'm just gonna talk about like.
Oh, there's more.
All right, bro. I mean, you wanted to also learn how to use BandLab,
Yeah.
but you just didn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. Talking about BandLab.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. I guess we're just gonna end it here. It's been real. All right, gang. I'll see you guys later.
Don't end it. Don't end it.
But what else?
We're gonna end it right now.
Yeah. So it's approaching like a 30-minute mark, and that's usually how long my streams are.
Yeah. I mean, you only did one stream, so
I did another stream before this.
it's on your channel.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
I know you're probably gonna take this one down
no, I'm not.
You
Why would I
are.
take it down?
because it was so.
Yeah, it's long overdue. When we pull up to the club, we be pulling up in twos. Just a Rolex, not a clock. It be shining when we cruise. I don't have to keep it tucked. I got shoes who gon' shoot. Yeah, shopping at the mall. Everything you can do. I don't listen to the talk. I got better things to do. Baby, let's see when I walk. These are not no dirty shoes. I don't really like the shop. I still wear it like it's new. Yeah, got money coming in my bedroom. My life is too good. I don't even got no up. But my car's a bulletproof. 007 when we pull up when and we smoking by the house. Homie kicking up the shrooms. Yeah, ooh, they be on my dick. They wanna see me lose. I ain't even got the time. I be always on the move. Yeah, you can test my patience, but I'll always keep my cool. Cause I know that you just jealous and you really act the fool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, you can.
yeah, I'm gonna go to the 29th.
Yeah, it's long overdue. When we pull up to the club, we be pulling up in twos. It's a Rolex, not a clock. It be shining when we cruise. I don't have to keep it tough. I got shooters who don't shoot. Yeah, jumping at the mall. Everything we G me true. I don't listen to the talk. I got better things to do. Yeah, but let's see when I walk. These are not no dirty shoes. I don't really like the shop. I still wear it like it's new. You too high off the shoes. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I, so yeah, I guess I'll just end it here.